show. So today we will talk about Sydney Opera House. But first, let's take a look about the history. So let's welcome the group 1.
The Sydney Opera House is dedicated to Queen Elizabeth II. The $80 million structure, designed by Danish architect John Utzon and funded with the profits of the Opera House lotteries, was built in Benelong Point in Sydney, Australia. This is famous for its geometric roof shells. The structure contains several large auditoriums and presents an average of 3,000 events a year to an estimated to 2 million people. That's the history of Sydney Opera House, partner. How about the dimension and its background?
Oh, nice. How about you, Con? Do you want to say something?
Sydney Opera House located in Benelong Point. Benelong Point was named after Polarawer Benelong, who is the senior eorman in the time of the arrival of the British colonizers in Australia in 1788. The height of Sydney Opera House is 65 meters or 213 feet. The length is 133 meters or 600 feet. The width is 120 meters or 394 feet. And the area is 1.8 hectare or 4.4 acres.
We also have a trivia about Sydney Opera House. Paul Robertson was the first person to perform at the Sydney Opera House. In 1960, he climbed the scaffolding and sang Old Man River to the construction workers as they ate lunch.
A few moments later.
So Mateo, why did you choose Sydney Opera House as your architectural infrastructure?
Sydney Opera House is known as for its unique design, with its gleaming white sail shape as its roof structure make it one of the photograph building in the world. Apart from its aesthetically unique design, John Utzon had faced many problems in building Sydney Opera House. However, despite all those, he managed to overcome those and finally built one of his masterpieces that took many people's attention. John Utzon, a man who built a temple of music, should have a singular appreciation for music he helped create. It is daring and visionary experiment that has had an enduring influence on the emergent architecture of the late 20th century. I would love to visit to the beautiful orchestral sound as well as seeing its beauty with my own 2 eyes. That's all.
Oh, so we chose that design because of that.
2 hours later.
Good evening, Lisa. I will ask you some questions about your architectural design that you picked, which is Sydney Opera House. So let's start. So what conic section that can be seen or have been applied in the architectural design and its importance?
Well, the conic section that can be seen in this architectural design is parabolic and ellipsoids, but it has a shape also of spherical geometry. This project is a great work in the architectural design, work of our known Dutch architect named John Utzon. In the 20th century, this project brings innovation, creativity, most famous and distinctive buildings in Australia. And architect Utzon designed the building with arched white roofs shaped like the sails of boat to reflect his love for sailing.
Oh, that's nice. So that house was inspired in what? And who influenced in his design?
Yes, so that house was inspired by nature, colors, functions, and form. And who influenced him in his design are the birds, the form of clouds, and shells.
I see. information about Sydney Opera House. In that case, what have you learned and realized after studying the project? Can you share some?
Conclusion tells that the Sydney Opera House was not just simply built dedicated for Queen Elizabeth II. It was built because of the eagerness of architect John Hudson to build a structure out of some complicated shape and inspirations found in our nature. We usually see a structure in square and rectangular in shape because these shapes are easily to construct and provide stability.
However, it's amazing to think and see how complicated shapes to construct like parabolic and ellipsoid. Geometric design, build and stand with integrity. We come up with realization that doing or making unusual things doesn't always mean that what you're doing is wrong. Maybe one day it will serve as a turning point in your life that change the situation where you are right now.
This is the end of the show. I hope that you've learned some things and thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.